In this video, we'll provide an in-depth analysis of Godzilla from various perspectives, exploring many little-known facts about the king of monsters. Do you know how many Godzillas there are in the monsterverse? Most people think there's only one king of the monsters, but there are actually many more. First, Godzilla. The Godzilla we know is the last survivor of its species. After an ancient war with the Kongs and multiple attacks from the Mutos, its entire species was wiped out. This loss left it incredibly lonely and filled with constant rage. Godzilla isn't evil, but its anger can erupt at any moment. The only creature that can truly quell its rage is Mothra, who pulled it back from the brink of total destruction. Second, Dagon. Dagon was a member of Godzilla's species, possibly even older than Godzilla itself. Unlike Godzilla, Dagon was defeated and killed in its final battle. The Mudo Queen killed it and used its massive corpse as a nest. The giant skeleton discovered by humans in Godzilla 2014 is the remains of Dagon. Third, Zosrahava. This is the most mysterious of all the monsters. In ancient mythology, its name means the great eternal enemy. Some believe it's a rogue Godzilla, one that abandoned balance and instead pursued pure destruction. Many fans believe it might be the space Godzilla of the monsterverse, but so far its true identity remains a mystery. Why did Godzilla make the ocean his home? In Godzilla Awakening, we learn the truth. Millions of years ago, Earth was flooded with radiation 10 times stronger than today. Then a massive asteroid struck, collapsing almost all atmospheric radiation overnight. For a creature that feeds on radiation, this was an... In this video, we'll provide an in-depth analysis of Godzilla from various perspectives, exploring many little-known facts about the king of monsters. Do you know how many Godzillas there are in the monsterverse? Most people think there's only one king of the monsters, but there are actually many more. First, Godzilla. The Godzilla we know is the last survivor of its species. After an ancient war with the Kongs and multiple attacks from the Mutos, its entire species was wiped out. This loss left it incredibly lonely and filled with constant rage. Godzilla isn't evil, but its anger can erupt at any moment. The only creature that can truly quell its rage is Mothra, who pulled it back from the brink of total destruction. Second, Dagon. Dagon was a member of Godzilla's species, possibly even older than Godzilla itself. Unlike Godzilla, Dagon was defeated and killed in its final battle. The Mudo Queen killed it and used its massive corpse as a nest. The giant skeleton discovered by humans in Godzilla 2014 is the remains of Dagon. Third, Zosrahava. This is the most mysterious of all the monsters. In ancient mythology, its name means the great eternal enemy. Some believe it's a rogue Godzilla, one that abandoned balance and instead pursued pure destruction. Many fans believe it might be the space Godzilla of the monsterverse, but so far its true identity remains a mystery. Why did Godzilla make the ocean his home? In Godzilla Awakening, we learn the truth. Millions of years ago, Earth was flooded with radiation 10 times stronger than today. Then a massive asteroid struck, collapsing almost all atmospheric radiation overnight. For a creature that feeds on radiation, this was an extinction-level crisis. Godzilla had to find a recharge point fast. Only two areas still had enough energy, near the Earth's core or deep in the ocean around hydrothermal vents. Why not the core? It was too deep, too isolated, and already claimed by his ancient enemy, Shinomura, a parasitic titan species. Godzilla has spent eons hunting them to maintain balance. Staying in the ocean wasn't just smart, it was survival. Living underwater allows him to stay energized while keeping an eye on surface activity, rival titans or human interference. He can rise instantly to respond. The ocean also shapes Godzilla in ways no land could. It provides safety, flexibility, and teaches patience, strategy, and territorial control. Here, he watches, waits, and strikes at the perfect moment, keeping his power intact. For Godzilla, the ocean isn't just home, it's his throne, his source of strength, and the secret to his dominion over Earth. Why does Godzilla sleep in the Colosseum in Godzilla vs. Kong 2? In most depictions, Godzilla always returns to the sea after battles, slowly sinking beneath the waves to rest. However, in Godzilla vs. Kong 2, Godzilla unexpectedly chooses to sleep in the ancient Roman Colosseum. So why doesn't he return to the ocean this time? The first reason is related to Scylla. Scylla repeatedly absorbed nuclear radiation and caused widespread destruction, completely ignoring Godzilla's authority. To finally finally eliminate Scylla, Godzilla lurked near the Italian coast and struck with brutal efficiency. After the fight, he desperately needed rest to recover from the extended exertion, so he chose the nearest suitable location, the Colosseum. Another reason is that Godzilla's original underwater home had already been destroyed. It was destroyed when Dr. Serizawa detonated a nuclear device to save him. The Colosseum's structure reminded him of his old lair, which is why he chose to rest there. Interestingly, director Adam Wingard revealed that the idea for Godzilla sleeping in the Colosseum was inspired by a cat. While brainstorming where Godzilla should rest, he saw a cat curled up in a spherical cat bed and thought it would be amusing to replicate that for Godzilla. This gave birth to the iconic scene of Godzilla resting in the Colosseum. Why did Godzilla spare the Mudo Queen? For the Mudo species, Godzilla is the perfect host. His blood is rich in radiation, making it ideal for Mudo larvae to grow. Over time, Mudos evolved specifically to hunt Godzilla, especially the prime Muto, whose abilities are designed almost entirely to counter him. Against an ordinary Godzilla of the same species, a prime Muto would be a deadly threat. That's why in Godzilla 2014, Godzilla showed no mercy. When two Mudos hatched, he immediately went ashore to eliminate them, killing the male and burning the female with his atomic breath. But later, as the true king of the monsters, Godzilla spared a far stronger Mudo Queen. The reason is simple: submission. After being awakened by King Ghidorah's alpha call, the Mudo Queen encountered Godzilla only after he had defeated Ghidorah and claimed dominance. She bowed and acknowledged him as king. As long as a Titan submits and doesn't threaten Earth's natural balance, Godzilla allows it to live. There's also confidence. This Godzilla is far more powerful than he was in 2014. Even a potential prime Muto would need time, radiation, and preparation to challenge him. As king, Godzilla understood the risk and wasn't concerned. That's why he allowed the Mudo Queen to return to hibernation. Why does Godzilla help humanity? First, most of the creatures Godzilla targets are destructive titans. The Mutos are the clearest example. They reproduce at an extreme rate, and once they spiral out of control, they can completely devastate Earth's surface ecosystem. To Godzilla, they're pests and natural enemies. Eliminating them is pure instinct. Second, King Ghidorah is an alien invader. He possesses planet-level destructive power, capable of reshaping the climate and turning Earth into a world of endless storms and lightning. More importantly, Ghidorah is also an alpha titan who can command other titans to submit. That directly challenges Godzilla's status as the dominant force on Earth. When Godzilla fights Ghidorah, he's defending ecological order and removing an external threat. Third, Godzilla is obsessed with territorial balance. The surface world and the deep oceans are his core domain. Any titan that crosses over from the hollow Earth to the surface without permission is treated as a threat. That's the real reason Kong is attacked when he first arrives on the surface. So when people say Godzilla helps humanity, the truth is simpler. Humans just aren't standing on the wrong side of him. How many Alpha Titans ignored Ghidorah's call? First, Kong. Kong answers to no one. Ghidorah's alpha signal mainly affects weaker Titans, and Kong has always been a true alpha. On top of that, Skull Island's unique environment likely blocked the signal entirely. Second, Scar King. Scar King is an alpha who rules by domination, not obedience. While Ghidorah was asserting control on the surface, Scar King was busy running his own empire deep in the hollow Earth. He doesn't serve kings, he is one. Third, Godzilla. Godzilla didn't just ignore the call, he challenged it. As Earth's natural balance keeper, he recognized Ghidorah as an alien threat. Submission was never an option. His only goal was to hunt Ghidorah down and restore order. Fourth, Mothra. Mothra's loyalty belongs to Godzilla and the planet itself. Ghidorah wasn't part of Earth's natural hierarchy, so his call meant nothing to her. Instead, she chose to fight beside Godzilla, even sacrificing her life to ensure his victory. Fifth, Shimo. During Ghidorah's rise, Shimo was imprisoned deep within the hollow Earth under Scar King's control. With power rivaling Godzilla's and a devastating frost ability, she had no reason or chance to submit to an alien alpha. Why do Godzilla and Kong always fight? In the Monsterverse, the rivalry between Godzilla and Kong isn't personal. It stems from ancient clan conflicts. Before humans appeared, Earth was ruled by titans that fed on nuclear energy. The Godzilla clan and the Kong clan once engaged in a devastating war. The ruins deep within the Earth, along with a massive axe made from Godzilla's dorsal fin, serve as direct evidence of their confrontations. The war ultimately ended with Godzilla's clan victorious, mysterious, forcing Kong's ancestors to flee the Hollow Earth and settle on Skull Island. From that point on, a delicate balance was established. Godzilla maintained the ecological order of the surface world, while Kong guarded Skull Island. They left each other alone, king not seeing king. The problem arose when humans disrupted this balance, which had lasted tens of thousands of years. Nuclear weapons and energy experiments reawakened and intensified the Titan's activity, forcing Godzilla to once again uphold the surface's ecological balance. At the same time, the ecosystem of Skull Island collapsed, forcing Kong out of his territory. In Godzilla's system of rules, Kong's intrusion is considered a direct challenge to order and must be met with force. Therefore, the clashes between Godzilla and Kong are not born of hatred, but are the inevitable result of conflicting duties and territorial boundaries. Why does Godzilla never kill Kong? Godzilla is a regulator of the natural order. Whenever a Titan threatens Earth's balance, Godzilla eliminates it without hesitation. King Ghidorah was an alien invader, and Godzilla erased him completely. No mercy, no restraint. Kong is different. During their clashes, Godzilla quickly realizes that Kong is not seeking domination or destruction. Kong is fighting to protect his territory and survive in a world that keeps forcing him into war. Even when badly injured in Hong Kong, Kong refuses to bow. This demonstrates his survival instincts and unwavering determination. Godzilla recognizes strength, but more importantly, intent. Kong doesn't upset the balance of nature. He protects his territory and avoids unnecessary destruction. From Godzilla's perspective, Kong is not a problem that needs to be removed. In Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, Godzilla does attempt to end Kong, until Mothra intervenes. Her presence signals a larger truth. The real threat isn't Kong, but Scar King. Godzilla listens. He understands that some Titans are enemies, while others are assets. Why does Godzilla, the king of the monsters, obey Mothra's commands? In Godzilla vs. Kong 2, Godzilla can be calmed from his berserk state with a single word from Mothra. There are two main reasons for this. First, Godzilla and Mothra are long-term symbiotic allies. Their goal remains consistent: to protect the ecological balance of Earth. Mothra can reincarnate, with each generation inheriting her memories and continuing to fight alongside Godzilla. In Godzilla, king of the monsters, she even sacrificed herself to awaken Godzilla's scarlet form. Witnessing such a loyal ally's repeated sacrifices, Godzilla naturally obeys her. Second, the Mothra in this film is not an ordinary Mothra. She is an ancient Mothra slumbering deep within the Earth's core. Legend has it that Scar King once attempted to conquer the surface, but was defeated by Godzilla and Mothra and sealed underground. Godzilla remains on the surface,